So again, as I said, it's like the last exercise. We are going to think of any confession, to think of any weakness, any secret which is very hidden inside, and you carry with you for many years. And maybe something with shame, shame-bound experience, something which maybe in the past was even traumatic, you know? For me, it was, in the past, was very difficult to admit that I was beaten by children in my class. Now I can say that. Yeah? Even for me, I forgave them. Once I was walking in the street in Jerusalem, you know, 10 years ago, and I saw some guy from the school said, "Alex, I want to ask forgiveness for what we did for you." Of course, I already forgiven for many years ago. But so it can be anything traumatic from the past, or a secret you are carrying, or something bad you did, or some weakness you have, some addiction you have, and you would like to get rid of. Okay, something which is quite hard to speak before the others. Okay, must be something that you will feel challenged to talk before people that don't know it. That's why you keep in secret, or maybe you only share with the best friend of you. There is only one person who knows. So it can be anything. It can be small thing, big thing, maybe not too traumatic. I wouldn't say too traumatic, no sexual abuse or something, but something that has a lot to deal with weakness and imperfection and failure, and something that you're not proud of you, and maybe you would like to get rid of that, and you don't know how to get rid of that. So I give you different suggestions. You choose something. Now, you're going to speak in your own language, so you can understand at least your story. You know the story. You bring the story from the past to now, from the distant past or from the nearest past. Anyway, we are not going to understand you, because while you are going to do that, I will be giving you a glass of water. You will take a sip of water which won't be too big. If it's too big, you cannot open the mouth. So you will take some sip of water that will be enough to disturb your fluidity of the words. Okay, fluidity. And then you stand, but with a full body, and you open the mouth as much as you can. On the other side, you try to keep the water not spilled on the table, on the floor, and not be swallowed. But don't make too much effort on that as well. If you make too much effort, then you'll go back to the left hemisphere. You try to admit to anyone that this is my weakness. Show me. It's the same exercise that we did with this wine cork. It's the same. The same idea. Because here you look ridiculous, and there you look ridiculous. With the cork, you cannot speak clearly. With the water, you also cannot speak very clearly. And this was actually what Viktor Frankl said, that the therapist or the physician must encourage his patients to behave in the most ridiculous way. Any therapy must include humor. So the therapist must provoke his patient or his client to ridicule himself. This is Viktor Frankl. So it is also part of what is called humor drama, the same niche, the same genre of what we did so far. Okay, so far. If by mistake you swallow the water or spilled, in this situation I will be giving you the glass again. But the idea is to have the body very, very free when you do that. As I said, as you move and you are free, then see what happens we are experiencing. With the cork, the mouth was quite closed, but here you have a little bit more liberty. Yeah? Maybe you're going to spill on yourself the water. It's funny, yeah? So who wants to be the first? I brought 2 glasses. Who wants to be the first?
Well, it came now when you spoke. It came my secret, my stuff, which was not at my awareness before. So I have one. It's okay.